guess what? Do you remember, like, it seems like months ago.
It does feel like
my friend Donal Skehan dropped by and we said we were gonna do a collaboration. He's finally here. It's super exciting.
I'm super excited.
Thank you for coming all the way from Ireland just to see us. He has a great channel of his own on YouTube in Ireland. He's actually pretty famous over there. He has a TV show, he has a YouTube channel, he's written like 18,000 books. He has a new one coming out in the fall. It's called Fresh.
Yeah.
All what kind of food?
All delicious, fresh and healthy home cooking. So it's quite like the stuff I do on my channel. And the recipe we're going to do today is all about that sort of easy home cooking. So it's lemon drizzle slices. It is the easiest thing you will ever make. If you have never baked before, this is the one for you.
This is the one to bake. So he's going to show us what he does, and I'm going to translate because he wrote everything in grams.
That's all I know. And the sticks and the butter and the cups. It's so confusing.
It's more specific and more, well, I guess it's better when you're baking to actually do it in grams, but we don't do it that way.
I was going to say that. I didn't want to be rude, you know.
We can take it. I can take it. All right, okay.
So we're going to start off with our dry ingredients. So we've got some caster sugar and we've got some self-raising flour.
Self-raising flour is something that we don't usually use. It actually has salt and a leavener in it.
So we're going to add some baking powder as well. So
whoa.
I know.
Major rising powder.
I know.
So this is about a cup of sugar. It's actually 225 grams, but who's counting?
So it's very unsatisfying that there's the extra tablespoon in there.
It's a cup plus a tablespoon, but I was just rounding it off. But he's very specific, so 225 grams.
Yes, and now we've got some self-raising flour. If you do that, I can do the baking powder. So we've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
And then it's about 1 3/4 cups of flour.
See, I love
this. To you Americans.
This whole world of cups is new to me. I've got to get on board though.
You do, because when your books all get translated, you're going to have to do it.
Okay, it's the thing to do.
I mean, not translated, because they're in English.
But I like that as an American.
When what I meant was when his books are all published in the United States, which is bound to happen.
Good. Okay, I hope so. So yeah, we've got.
Cut out that part about translating.
Yeah,
he speaks English. It's in English.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know what's going on. This
is not
to the cooking, Sarah. Okay. This is one of the easiest recipes you will ever make because you've got all your dry ingredients and then you've got your wet ingredients.
Okay.
So we're going to whiskey. For our wet ingredients, we have 2 sticks of butter and we have a little bit of milk, but the milk is only just to loosen it out until you have the right consistency, so it's not too thick. So I'm going to crack the eggs. And you're making a nice well and also a nice mess.
I also made a big
there.
mess. That's what I'm here for.
So 4 large free-range eggs. They're going to go in first. And we're going to stick them. Yeah, absolutely. We can do it with the hand mixer, and we're going to stick in the sticks of butter as well. So I don't have a spoon for this, so I'm just going to go dump. Ooh, I'm sorry. Yeah, aren't you glad I came to the kitchen?
That was
only going to go down well.
I love it.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Wow.
So look. Dry ingredients, wet ingredients, all you've got to do is mix it. I mean, you're doing fantastically. You do need to make sure when you're doing this recipe that you have softened butter because it's really essential. The other thing is, because it's an all-in-one recipe, the effort is great, but you also have to make sure that you don't overmix because the flour can make it quite tough and it's not as light and spongy and airy as you want it to be. Oh, it's coming together nicely.
Did we do that?
I'm going to add them in now. So we're going with the zest of 2 lemons.
Yeah. Should I turn it off?
Yeah, you should. Can you turn it off?
I made a mess, flour everywhere, but he forgot to put the lemon zest in.
Anyway, lemon zest going in here.
Great.
But look, how easy is that? Really good. Quick.
Okay. So all of Donal's recipes are kind of like the recipes I do here on this channel. Fresh, delicious, and easy, and really fun to make at home. When I first mentioned Donal, you guys all got really excited.
That's good. That's good. And it's looking pretty good. I'm going to add just a splash of milk.
Okay.
We should be okay though. So about a tablespoon of milk. You don't have to add the milk, and you can use whatever milk you want. You can use almond milk, you can use dairy-free, whatever you want. So, I mean, at this stage, it's looking really, really nice and loose. Oh dear. So, when you're baking, one of the things that is really important to remember, you do have to remember to make sure that you have your sheet pan lined. Would you call this a sheet pan? No, it would be a baking
pan.
I was trying to get my American lingo down. I'm failing.
It's a 9x13 baking pan.
There you go. And it's beautifully greased, beautifully lined. So we're going to stick our mixture in. We are also going to have made sure that our oven is preheated. So make sure your oven is preheated at this stage.
You have to preheat it to 320 degrees because it's 160 Celsius.
So with our mixture now, the aim is to spread it out as evenly as possible. And I actually leave a little dip in the center so you get a nice even top.
Oh, that's actually a really good tip because otherwise it gets domed in the center.
Yeah. And because we're going to finish it off with a lemon drizzle over the top, you need to make sure you have a nice even top.
All right,
this is
so
looking
a little
great.
dip like that.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
Okay.
So this is going into the oven, and when it comes out of the oven, we're going to allow it to cool, and we have one that's ready to go. So we're going to drizzle it and show you what it looks like.
All right, 320 for about 35 minutes.
Bye.
So the cake is cool. It's on a rack. I put it on a rimmed baking sheet that's lined with parchment so that when the drizzle goes on, it doesn't get all over the counter.
Good idea. I love these.
You're welcome.
You're just so good at this sort of stuff. I mean, if this was my house, there would be drizzle all over my head and all over the table as well. So
all over your
I
head.
am so glad
How
that
would
we've
it get
come
on his
here.
head?
I don't, because I licked the spoon and then kind of, I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with this. So we've got our lovely lemon, and actually look at how even that top is. This is what we were talking about. So in our drizzle, our mixture for our drizzle is very simple. We've got icing sugar, and you can sift that or you can just stick it in like this. We're going to whisk it through anyway. We're going to slice up our lemons. We've got the juice of 1 lemon to 1.5 lemon, depending on how the consistency is. I love this little juicer thing. I have never used one actually. I normally use that reamer thing.
Oh yeah, they keep the pits and also I think you get more juice this way.
Okay, it's pretty cool. So let's start with that. And the thing with icing sugar is it really eats up the liquid. So start off small and then add the liquid as you go.
Yeah.
You're looking for kind of a loose consistency, something that's going to be spreadable, and it is going to drip down the sides. Like it's not a thick frosting.
Okay. This was about 2 cups of sugar. He says icing sugar. It's confectioner's sugar to you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, while you're juicing, I'm going to zest. So you have a nice little bit of zest going through it. This is a really fresh cake.
Yes, I love it. It's going to be really tangy.
Yeah, I was going wild. Okay, this is looking pretty
Dinner?
good. Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
Very nice. So it's drizzling time.
Do it.
So I'm going to drizzle on. You spread and I'll pour.
Got it.
Okay. And I love the fact that you can kind of you don't have to be too careful about this. It's just about drizzling and spreading. Look at this spreading deliciousness. I'm gonna go for a bit more zest. It's looking pretty good.
He's gonna beauty it up because that's the way we roll. And at Donal Skehan's channel, which by the way, go over there and check it out because I'm gonna share a recipe with him that you're gonna love and hopefully his viewers are gonna love.
Yeah, so what is that recipe?
It's gonna be a chocolate cake recipe.
Okay, I am quite excited about chocolate cake. And chocolate cake always does well on my channel, so you've got to come over and check it out.
I'm gonna be the star of Donal's channel with my chocolate cake.
How good is that?
Can we taste it?
I think we've got to taste it. Will we slice it up?
Yeah.
They are lemon drizzle slices. This is the way to do it. If you really want to have a good time with lemon drizzle slices, you've got to stick them over your head. I quite like little kind of rectangles like this, so I'll give you one.
Thank you.
And I'm going to cut myself one. And this recipe is one that my aunt actually always makes. And when I grew up, this was the one that we always requested, so it's delicious.
This is Donal's favorite recipe that he's ever made, and he shared it with us here today on Everyday Food. It is so great. You guys have to make it immediately. Immediately.
Please do, and check it out. And make sure that you check out our lovely chocolate recipe over on my channel as well. So see you soon, guys.
Here.
Cheers.
Good.
Nice.